Well, it's top 10 time. You know what that means.
Yep. It's time to upset a lot of people. Glory be to Jesus Christ.
Glory forever. Welcome to Dynamite Duo Sports, the podcast where we recap and debate the top NFL storylines with facts and fewer handouts than the Kansas City Chiefs get from the refs. I'm Giuseppe.
I'm Antonios.
And today we're going to be doing a couple of top 10s. I'm going to be doing the top 10 NFL teams going into the NFL season. And Tony's going to be doing the top 10 quarterbacks heading to the NFL season. And of course, all our lists are infallible. We can do no wrong with these lists. So, whatever complaints you have, we don't care. Now, so,
what do you? I care.
You care.
I care. But it's still my top 10. So
yeah,
it's my list. I can do whatever I please with it.
So. Also to quote Stephen A. Smith, the list is fluid. It's gonna change. It's going to change. If you tuned into our video yesterday, really appreciate it. By the way, there might be a little bit of a controversy with how I do my list, just to preview for what's to come. So,
yep, his lovely Dak Prescott hot take.
Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna get just what we're gonna be doing is we got a bunch of flags on the table here, and basically we're gonna take the flags and we're gonna pin them up on the board here with our lovely text, and we are going to put them up there for you to see. And yeah, so we're gonna start off with top 10 NFL teams. Before we get into the top 10, I have a couple honorable mentions to make. Let's see, where are you? All right, my first honorable mention is the Los Angeles Chargers. Just missed the list.
That's pretty generous, I feel like, for Chargers, actually.
Really?
Well, I mean, think about it. There's 14 teams in the NFL that go to the playoffs.
This isn't my playoff predictions. This is simply a ranking heading into the NFL season.
Yeah, but if they're in top 12, you would assume they're probably going to make playoffs. I mean, I'm not saying not a playoff contender, but you think they're like 11 out of the 14, which means they would probably be one of the higher.
I'll be honest with you. I could have taken 9 through both the honorable mentions, and you could flip them, but I'll give you my reason why they aren't in the top 10.
All
right. Second is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just missing the top 10. Now, I do have high hopes for Aaron Rodgers for his comeback season, basically. Although he is ineligible to win comeback player of the year. I mean, technically, Joe Flacco won when he just came off the couch, so I don't know, maybe he could win it. But yeah, so that is my two that just missed the list. Any thoughts, concerns?
I don't disagree with them. I think those are solid honorable mentions. You could, yeah, it's pretty solid.
Okay. All right. Now we get into the top 10. So, at the number 10, I have the Houston Texans.
Whoa.
The reason is they have C.J. Stroud and their defense. I just think that their defense...
How's their O-line doing?
Anyway, the reason why I put the Texans above the Chargers and the Steelers, I know the Chargers have a great O-line, I just think their defense makes them better. And on top of that, they beat them in the playoffs. So.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying it's kind of hard to think. Texans, most likely will probably win the division unless Jaguars have a big turnaround, which they could do. But Texans in top 10. I mean, unless they fix that O-line, I don't see C.J. Stroud as the same level of Joe Burrow being able to work around at that O-line, but it's your list.
Yeah. Alrighty. Now we go to number 9. We got the Denver Broncos, and same reason, their defense.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, me personally, I might even put them like a slight bit higher if I was ranking.
Well, this is my list. This is not your list. Okay. So this is where I got the Broncos. Reason being for them being the top 10. I just believe that Bo Nix is going to take another step,
Yeah.
and hopefully they have a better running game with the running back they brought in. Totally forget his name though. So yeah, that is number 9 on my list. Number 8. Now this is where it gets a little controversial because of what I said in yesterday's video. Excuse me. You got the Washington Commanders, Redskins.
Wait, you got to stick to your hot takes, man.
This is not the reason for my hot take was because they were old and injured. They could be getting injured during the season. I am not taking injuries into context when I am doing this ranking. This is purely a ranking based on the skill players that they have. And also, Jay and Daniels had a great year last year, so you have to get the respect also because they made it to the NFC Championship last year. So, that is my reasoning.
But aren't you going to stick to your hot takes? Like, you got to commit to the hot takes.
This list is fluid. It's going to change throughout the year. If we ever do another top 10, I don't know, maybe people will hate us. Not that we won't do another top 10. All right. Number 7. Where are you? Thank you. You got the Detroit Lions.
What? I guess it's fair enough because their coordinators are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Glenn, Ben Johnson.
Yep.
So and we don't know if Aiden Hutchinson can stay healthy with the kind of injury he had. So it will definitely be. I think it's very similar to Josh Allen when they said this is the year for Josh Allen to prove himself last season, and he did. So I think it's very similar in the situation for Dan Campbell, where it's like, okay, this is your year to prove that it is you, and you're the one that's actually making this team so great, not just the coordinators. So
yep,
yeah,
but
I don't hate it.
The Lions still have a lot of great players on their team, but I just feel like they're gonna struggle a little bit out the gate, which is what's gonna make them fall a little bit. So, number 6. This is where it starts getting spicy. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Higher.
I thought
Higher.
You said the other day you weren't that high on the Buccaneers. What are you talking about?
I was high in the Buccaneers. I just said that yesterday I said the 49ers could be number 1 seed, but they're not going to win any games in the playoffs.
All right, well, here's the thing with the Buccaneers. Reason why I would love to put them higher, but you know how I said I was taking injury into effect? Well, when you have an actual injury on your team and they're not back yet, that comes into effect. Chris Godwin's not back yet. He's not going to be back for the start of the season.
McMillan as well is out right now.
And McMillan's out. There you go. So, but here's the thing. I love the receiver they drafted, Emeka Egbuka, Offensive Rookie of the Year candidate. And
Tez Johnson's a sneaky player to watch out for.
And Mike Evans is Mr. Consistency, basically. So yeah, and Baker Mayfield, dark horse MVP candidate, in my opinion. So, yeah.
I just think if you said we're not taking their injuries to consider. If we're going to take,
well, no, they have an injury concern right this minute.
Yeah, but
they don't have any concern right this minute.
Yeah, but I'm saying if they come back healthy and Egbuka does really well, even without any wide receivers last year, Baker Mayfield's still putting up numbers. So I mean, I'd say higher. I think most people agree with them being at number 6.
You sure? Some people have them barely in the top 10. So.
Well, they're stupid.
All right. Anyway, number 5. This is why I didn't put them higher. They got the Los Angeles Rams. Now, here's the thing. Matthew Stafford's back in issues. I'm not really concerned about it, just because I think they're just saving him for the season because of the wear and tear he has on his body. And also, potential best wide receiver duo in the league. I know, no disrespect to Joe Burrow with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, but
Puka
could be really good.
And Devontae Adams. That's scary, especially with a quarterback like Matthew Stafford.
And on top of that, young defense. They were really good towards the end of the year last year. They could be scary this year. Jared Verse could turn into a superstar this year.
Yeah.
I'm predicting like 15 sacks for him this year. So.
They could be another team that could be like that sneaky Super Bowl kind of, or NFC Championship, surprise everyone.
All right, and now number 4. Yeah, I know. It's too low.
Well, that's only Chiefs fans. I feel like most people will happily agree with number 4. And I think Chiefs fans, if they have a problem with that, well, they have nothing to lose with how good their team is. So
Except for their number
prove us
one-
wrong. Prove us wrong.
Except for their number 1 wide receiver, he gets suspended for 10 games like the NFL wants. So,
Yes, suspend him, NFL.
So, yeah, the Chiefs. Still a really great team. They're still a force to be reckoned with. I just feel like their roster is not as good as the top 3 teams. And the top 3 teams have, well, 2 of them have equal quarterback play, in my opinion. Look, I'm just trying to be objective here. So, all right. And number
I'm not afraid to have hot takes. People
3.
People can argue all they want.
Got
Or
the
whine.
Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
Again, Lamar Jackson, very consistently improving every year. He played well in the playoffs despite those 2 turnovers at the beginning of the Bills game. But I am predicting that it's not going to be his downfall. It might be Mark Andrews' downfall. But I just feel like they have a young defense. They also have Jair Alexander in the offseason. And they added DeAndre Hopkins, I believe. So now they have a pretty decent wide receiver core, as long as DeAndre Hopkins still has one last run left in him. And, yeah, that's what I got for number 3.
Yeah, Ravens could definitely be a Super Bowl contenders this year. I feel like they are every year. It's just that, similar to Cowboys and Chargers, they both like to really choke when it matters. So, but hey, you guys got a Super Bowl like 12 years ago, so you're fine. You're fine.
All right.
Like him.
Number 2, we got the Buffalo Bills. Now, here's why I'm saving number 1 for something special.
Oh.
So, here's what's happening.
I should have seen this coming.
The Bills, arguably Josh Allen, arguably the best quarterback in the NFL. You can make that argument. Statistically, he has to carry a not as good roster, but
Talented. It's neither.
not as talented.
The Bills roster and offense. James Cook is like solid. He's good. He's above average, but when you think about it, he does not really have anybody special on his team.
I know I just contradicted myself by saying that the teams above the Chiefs have better rosters. The Bills are the one team where I say they don't necessarily have the better roster, but Josh Allen just does more with less than Patrick Mahomes
Most
does.
valuable player. This is why he was chosen over Lamar, because you have someone like Derrick Henry on the Ravens. You don't have a Derrick Henry on the Bills. You just have Josh Allen. That's what the MVP means. It doesn't mean statistics. If that was, then Dak should have won over Lamar the season previous. But it's about how valuable you are to the team. I'm not saying Lamar's not valuable to the Ravens. Of course not. But Josh Allen is more valuable on that team. If he was gone, they would be like a 4-13, 5-12 team without question.
They'd be competing for the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
All right. And now come in number 1. I'm just kidding. It's the Eagles.
Oh my gosh.
Unfortunately.
Oh my gosh.
It's the Eagles.
Wow.
It's like, I'm an objective Cowboys fan. I'm not afraid to admit when there's a team better than us in the division.
Let me make him feel a little better. We'll put him up there.
They did just miss the cut for this. So,
let me just make it feel a little better. There you go.
Yep, don't push it too well. Hit the wall. Okay, anyway. So yeah, that's my top 10. I got the Eagles, the Bills, the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Rams, the Buccaneers, the Lions, the Commanders, the Broncos, the Texans, the Chargers, the Steelers. Thoughts?
I don't necessarily disagree with this top 10 because Eagles are the Super Bowl team. You have to kind of put them at number 1 till
they lose to the Cowboys week 1.
And so I would have to say I agree with like a lot of teams in top 10, except for like Texans.
Who would you put?
It's a good question. I think.
Cowboys?
Ha 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 ha. The only reason why is because I just don't feel very comfortable about the Texans.
Well,
But if I had to go with someone else.
Well, here's the thing for me. The top 8 was a no-brainer for me.
Yeah.
It was after that I was like, ooh, it could be any of those 4. But, yeah, so.
I'm honestly more hyped on the Packers than the Texans this year.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Look, I'm sure the Packers are probably going to beat us in week 4. But the thing about the Packers, I don't trust Jordan Love to be consistent through an entire season.
Here's a fun fact for all Packers fans out there, which you probably know this though. Brett Favre won Super Bowl, he was 27. Aaron Rodgers, when he won his Super Bowl, he was 27. Jordan Love is 27. Let that sink in. So, that's why I would put them somewhere here, because you never know, because they all have played very similarly. Especially Jordan Love compared to Brett Favre. They're both very similar. And yeah, that's the only thing. And then maybe I would tweak a few things around, but don't.
Do you want to know a team that I wanted to put into this top 10? The Vikings.
JJ McCarthy could.
But
you know what I actually would do? I think a lot of people would be upset. Me personally with the Chargers, I don't know what's gonna happen this year. Because without a good wide receiver core, I don't see him going that far. I would actually probably like remove these two and like put Vikings in honorable mention because they're like they could be really good this year, and then you put like Packers at 10.
Well, here's the thing. I think the reason why I didn't put the Vikings in top 10 was because I need to see that JJ McCarthy is okay, basically, because he's coming off an injury as a rookie, and that could be a little rough. I love JJ McCarthy. I also love Jim Harbaugh. So give it a letter grade then. How about that?
A letter grade? You mean like
A, B, C?
I would just say A minus because it would be A plus, but it's A minus because there's a few tweaks here and there that I would change.
Take that, Stephen A. Smith.
I will say that I was very concerned he's actually going to put the Cowboys up there. I'm like, let's calm down real quick. If you want to put Cowboys in, it's fine if you want to put it here, but let's not be too delusional.
It shows you how much restraint I got as a Cowboys fan. It's just that.
If the Cowboys beat the Eagles Thursday Night Football,
I will be unbearable.
Cowboys fans can be unbearable.
Well, anyway, there you go. A minus for him. Let me know in the comments what you think below. All right, Tony. Let's see what you got now. See your top 10 quarterbacks.
This is gonna be fun.
I think this one's gonna upset more people than mine did. I haven't seen it, but I just know it is.
All right. So we have same with the ranking for top 10 teams. We have top 10, and we have two honorable mentions.
And also, we don't have pictures of the quarterbacks. We just have the team, so you'll just have to remember.
See
who
the team,
quarterback is.
know the quarterback. So, if you don't, why are you watching us?
I should have brought popcorn.
Popcorn, yeah. You might want to grab popcorn. All right. So first honorable mention is Dak Prescott. Okay. Both honorable mentions. This is like a little sneak peek to next quarterback. Are two quarterbacks that like play really well, but in the playoffs, you cannot trust them with your life.
So Lamar Jackson's going here?
You'll see who I'm putting in. Because Lamar actually,
I think I have a guess.
Lamar's made to the AFC Championship. It's not like he's like stuck in like the Cowboys are. So with Dak, it's just once I see Dak go to the NFC Championship, I will have a different opinion. But until then, I actually feel bad for him. I am going to trash talk about Dak, but I do feel bad for him.
This is our... No, it's not our year. We're not going to make it that far. I'll be happy with the playoff win.
All right, on to the next one. Second honorable mention.
Oh.
Justin Herbert. A lot of people are going to get upset about this because a lot of people really like Justin Herbert. I like Justin Herbert, but just like Dak, he still has to prove me something. He's not even like won a playoff game.
At least Dak has had some good playoff games.
Yeah, like Justin Herbert, he's just
Wait, question. Is this like, are they both on the same level or
Same level.
Okay.
Same level. I'm not. Yeah, you can cherry pick who you want as either position. Now, I just want to be clear. Like, I like Justin Herbert. I do. I think he's a really good quarterback. But until he can win a game in the playoffs, sorry, you're not going into top 10 until I can see that.
If Jim Harbaugh likes him, I like him. So.
Yeah, that's my reasoning. Number 10. Jalen Hurts.
I agree with this ranking.
Just, all Cowboys fans are like, oh, someone with common sense. But a lot of Eagles fans are going to be upset about this. But let's face it, he didn't even have 3,000 passing yards. He didn't even have 3,000 passing yards.
Oh, wait, he did?
No, he had 2,900.
I didn't even know this.
I have it right here.
2,900
passing yards, 18 passing touchdowns.
Uh-huh.
Now, he only had 5 picks. That's good. His his overall rating was 103.7. So that's a good ranking. It's just that, he had Saquon, to be fair. But the reason why Jalen Hurts belongs in the top 10 is because in the Super Bowl, good gosh, he is like Hall of Fame level performance in the Super Bowl.
I agree with that.
In the Super Bowl, he puts on his A game. When I was watching that game, it was like when they had that touchdown, Devontae Smith. In my mind, I was like, if they can get a touchdown on this drive, they're going to win the Super Bowl. And then right there, clutch. And I sat there, I was like, oh, Eagles about to win the Super Bowl. Most satisfying thing last year in the NFL was the Eagles crushing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
That was like the worst case scenario for the Super Bowl for me.
All right, number 9. This is a person that I personally like, but a lot of people haven't gone on this train yet. And that is Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy has like the highest QB rating in like NFL history right now. He's only played like three seasons. I know that, but he is a good quarterback, and I don't think he's a system quarterback. No, he's the right quarterback for that system. And he actually last year still was in like top 10 for passing stats. He's still good even when he had a bunch of hurt receivers. So this year is going to be more of a year to prove what he's worth. But I think he's still going to do very well. And that's why he's going to be number 9 in my top 10.
I'm going to save my comments for after you're done.
I know you're going to save your comments because those are 2 quarterbacks that you like kind of think Dak is better over. But when you've won a Super Bowl,
keep moving.
You can't really have much to say.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, this person I want to rank higher. The only reason why is because he lost his coordinator, and that's Jared Goff.
That's another one.
Jared Goff was number 2 in passing yards last year. Just for people, like 4,600 yards, something like that. So he was definitely really good, but it was the system that Ben Johnson had. So I still think he's going to do well, but I just don't know if he's going to be at the same level as he was last year.
Hold on.
What's up?
So you said that it was the system for Jared Goff, but it's not the system for Brock Purdy?
No. I'm saying that there's going to be a new system this year with a new coordinator maybe. So
but
it's
you
going to be a
said
little different.
You said the reason why he played well last year was because of the system, but Brock Purdy doesn't play well because of the system?
He fits well in the system that Ben Johnson had, like how he plays. Just like Brock Purdy fits well in the system Kyle Shanahan has for like the 49ers. So what I'm saying is I don't know if Dan Campbell's going to try something different or like what the new coordinator is going to do. So I'm saying he fit well in Ben Johnson's system, just like Brock Purdy fit in Kyle Shanahan's system. It's just that I don't know what Jared Goff's going to do this year. I still think he's going to do well, top 10. I just don't know if he's going to be like at the same level as last year. All right, number 7. Only reason why he's this low is because I don't know if his injuries will become bad, and that's Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford, as the skill of a quarterback, you can argue him top 3. I know that's pretty hard for a lot of people, but he could easily be top 3 in pass yards this year with Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. Heck, he could be number 1 for all we know. The only problem is I don't know because he's getting older if he's going to be able to play the whole season. I feel like most people would agree with him being at like number 7, but me personally, I want to rank him higher, but I need to see something before I can put him that high. Like to see that he's staying healthy. Number 6. This was a risky choice, but I decided to go for it. And that's Jaden Daniels.
Whoa, what's that? I'm surprised. I know a name you haven't mentioned yet.
Well, the reason why Jaden Daniels is not higher is because, to Seppi's argument earlier, he could have like a sophomore slump.
That was yesterday.
Or yesterday. Whenever. And so he definitely could easily be like an MVP runner this year. I just need to see that this wasn't just a cool rookie year before they got the tapes of him. But I still think they're going to do well. I think they're playoff teams. His hot take is that they're not going to be a playoff team. But Dan Quinn's going to improve their defense this year. And adding on veteran Von Miller. You have Jane Daniels. You added Debo, I don't know what he's going to do this year. But when you like play fantasy football, he's bad one year, good another year. So last year was his bad year, so he could have a good year. But I just don't know because now he's older and he has gained some weight. But when I did watch him do some routes and practice, stuff like that, he looked like he's still going to be like solid. So with that being said, they added players. They are injury prone, but if they don't get injured, Jane Daniels could easily have a great year. But until I can guarantee that he's not just having one good year, going to be bad the rest of his career, I'm putting him at number 6. Okay. Again, he's another person that I would rank higher. I just need to see if he's actually going to be consistent with how he did last year.
Okay.
Number 5. Me personally, I want to rank this person higher, but I think this is actually already pretty generous for most people, and that's Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, it's a little generous. But...
I know people think it's a little generous, but he had 4,500 passing yards last year, number 3 in passing yards. Tied for number 2, I believe, in passing touchdowns with 41. Yep. And he had a 71.4% QB percentage passing, which was number 2 last year. And he did that while like his wide receivers being hurt throughout the year. That's why this year, even though last year Mike Evans and Chris Godwin weren't playing at a certain point, and he was still throwing up like almost 250 passing yards in those games. So now he has Egbuka, Tez Johnson, in case all those guys get hurt again this year. So that's why I think Baker Mayfield, I've loved Baker Mayfield the entire time. I've been defending him all these years, and everyone thought that I was crazy because he actually wasn't that good. Now everyone finally sees that I was right. So
it was the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are where quarterbacks go to die.
He also didn't agree with me when I said Baker Mayfield's a really good quarterback.
No. I never said he wasn't a really good quarterback. I don't have him top 5 right now, but I definitely have him just not too far down from where you.
I told Giuseppe a lot that I would take him over Dak Prescott any day, and of course he's gonna disagree with that because Giuseppe's more of not a Cowboys fan anymore. He's a Dak Prescott fan, which is even more delusional. So
I'll get to my argument.
Do with that what you will.
All right, number 4.
Number 4. This is going to cause a lot of heat with one group, but everyone else is going to be like,
do it.
Generous, actually. This is actually kind of generous, okay? This is actually pretty generous, in my opinion, if we're going by last year.
This is generous. Oh.
Patty Mahomes. I like Patrick Mahomes. When he first came to the NFL, loved him. But he's slowly declining when you look at his stats and like how he's been performing. He's going downhill. He could have a good spike this year. Who knows? Maybe. But as long as he's keep going down, he's going down that ranking. So, quarterback-wise, Mahomes, you want to be like Tom Brady, you need to get in shape in the same way that Tom Brady stayed in shape when he got older.
You're going there.
I am going there.
You know Tom Brady was out of shape.
He was out of shape, but then he got in shape. So, Mahomes is almost 30.
His transition.
Mahomes almost 30. So, I mean, he probably will in a transition because, like, you look at Matthew Stafford, he also was overweight. And he lost the way he got older. So I'm pretty sure Mahomes is going to end up like changing his diet when he gets older. But at this point in the shape he's in and how he keeps kind of like declining, it's just he's still really good. It's just he's not going to be as good as the other 3, the top 3. So I'm pretty sure most of you guys pretty know pretty much know who's going to be in the top 3. The question is, where are they going in the top 3? And
Yeah,
so
he's gonna have what's the name? Let's see, who is it?
And number 3,
Russell Wilson.
Daniel Jones. No, I'm kidding. Number 3, this is going to cause a lot of people to be upset. It's Lamar Jackson.
Nope, I say that's generous.
I know. Well, I don't even think that's generous. Lamar's a top 3 quarterback in my opinion. It's just that, again, unlike Justin Herbert and Dak Prescott, he can actually make it to AFC Championship. The problem is he still does not perform well in those games. Last year he performed pretty well against Josh Allen, but that wasn't the AFC Championship. AFC Championship against the Chiefs the other year, they had so many opportunities if they had just run the ball more actually, and they didn't. And so they lost the game. So Lamar, I think, is a top 3 quarterback because he's both good at running and throwing. And you look at his stats last year, he had 4,100 passing yards, 41 passing touchdowns. This is not even including his running game. He had almost 1,000 rushing yards last year too. So he had the highest QB rating last year of 119.6, which is all amazing. But Lamar's next big step is actually playing well in the AFC Championship. And until he can do that, I'm putting him at number 3 because he's stuck. I mean, so is other quarterbacks that are stuck.
Well, and another thing though for Lamar Jackson, when you're on that level of quarterback play, you need to be able to beat the other top quarterbacks in your league.
Exactly, because every time he's in the playoffs, he can never beat the other really good quarterbacks. Like Josh Allen, he didn't beat him. He can't beat Mahomes.
I don't think he's played Joe Burrow.
I don't think he's played Joe Burrow, but I'm pretty sure he loses to Joe Burrow. Because Joe Burrow in the playoffs is really good, okay?
All right, who's number 2?
Number 2 is the MVP, Josh Allen. And I know a lot of people would think Lamar, Josh Allen, who's going to be number 1. Not with me, buddy. And you all know who's next.
Can I grab him for you?
Yes, you may. And number 1, who should have been MVP as much as I love Josh Allen, is Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow has to play with a team with a bad offensive line and defense, and he's going to be like the next Drew Brees, which I wish I could say more like Peyton Manning. But he's got the same situation with Drew Brees where he needs a good defense. Like, Drew Brees didn't get a good defense to the end of his career. So, with that being said, Joe Burrow, number 1, 4,900 passing yards, 43 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. You can't top that. It's just, he played so well last year. If he had made the playoffs, they would have made him MVP. So, I'm happy for Josh Allen because he deserved MVP. Honestly, the season where Lamar won, previous season, not season just happened, the season before, I actually probably would have chosen Josh Allen as the QB because he had the most total touchdowns, more than Dak's total touchdowns. So, and he had to really push that team that year. He threw 18 picks, but if you don't take picks, you're not taking risks.
They didn't say that when Dak did. Just move on.
Well, Dak doesn't take risks. He just does something stupid.
Nah, I disagree with that one too.
Of course you do. He ran the ball too far. And yes, sir, the ref got in the way, but that doesn't matter. He wasn't supposed to run that far.
We have so many bad playoff experiences. We could do a whole video on that. So.
That would be fun. So, my top 10 QBs. 1, we got Joe Burrow. 2, Josh Allen. 3, Lamar Jackson. Realistically, scramble them around. I don't care. 4, you have Patrick Mahomes. 5, you have Baker Mayfield. He should, in my opinion, I would put him higher, but I have to have a little respect for Mahomes. Number 6 is the Commanders, Jaden Daniels. Number 7 is Matthew Stafford. Number 8 is Jared Goff. Then you have Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts, and honorable mentions of Justin Herbert and Dak Prescott, who could be top 10, but until they can actually do something in the playoffs that is positive, they're going to stay in there.
Okay, so I got a few things I'm going to say.
Cool.
So, Matthew Stafford, you mentioned he'd be top 3 as a passer, pure passer. Who's he top 3 with?
Top 3 with?
In terms of a pure passer.
Pure passer?
In this modern league.
You're saying quarterbacks currently, modern quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow, and I'm going to put Josh Allen in there. I know Lamar has good like passing like skills, but he's got Zay Flowers. Josh Allen is nobody. If
Okay.
Josh Allen had like a Zay Flowers in his team, he would definitely be a lot
All right.
better.
So here's what I am going to say for this. This is his list. Here's what I would change. Flip. Now here's why.
I mean,
Josh Allen consistently beats Patrick Mahomes in the regular season, and that's fine. Joe Burrow has a reign record against Patrick Mahomes.
he should be undefeated against Mahomes.
Should be undefeated.
But that can be for a whole nother video if the refs screw something
Like I
over.
mentioned at the beginning of this video, handouts by the refs for the Chiefs. So, and then, okay, so yeah, I flipped that. And Lamar's not done falling, by the way. I am moving Matthew Stafford up to number 4 because of what Tony said. Pure passer. Other than Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford is the last pure passer from his era.
Yeah, I was about to say, because you got Joe Burrow, who's technically the next era of
From his
passing.
era. Like from my era growing up watching football.
Our era.
He is the last quarterback left from that era that is still really good currently. Now, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to come back and play well, but right now, he's definitely the best quarterback from that era.
And no, if Giants fans ask, no, Russell Wilson does not belong. Sorry, he's washed.
You guys all know you want Jackson Dart. to start.
Dart is who your buddy.
Anyway.
Jackson Dart could be like the next Joe Burrow.
Okay, and I'm not done yet. So, Lamar can stay at 5. Oh, where am I now?
You would probably
I would leave Jane Daniels at 6.
you put Baker Mayfield 7 then? You swap them?
Yeah,
Baker
put
7.
Mayfield 7.
That's too mean.
It's honestly, it's not too mean. Only because
He's just butthurt because Baker's better than Dak.
I acknowledge Dak. Baker Mayfield is better than Dak Prescott at the moment. So, and then this little schlop here. I think Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than, and not well in terms of talent. Justin Herbert's the best quarterback in this area, but just based purely off the numbers, I think Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than 8 through honorable mention number 1. So here is my reason.
Numbers don't care about championships.
Okay, here's my question.
Statistics will not.
Replace Jared Goff with Dak Prescott on the Lions. They still do at least as well as they have done. Agree or disagree?
I don't know because Dak's on the Cowboys. So
Okay,
you never know.
I don't know, so that's not
I don't know.
definitely no.
It's a maybe. It's a maybe.
The Niners.
I'm not a Dak hater. I'm a Dak pitier. I think if he went to another team, sure, he could probably prove people wrong, but I just would have to see it first.
Okay.
That's all.
All right, Niners. Replace Brock Purdy with Dak Prescott. They're at least as good, if not better.
Not better.
At least as good, if not better.
Dak doesn't work in that system.
How do you
That's
know
the
he doesn't
problem.
work in that system? He hasn't played in that system yet.
I don't think he would work in that system.
All right,
I
well,
just don't think so.
I think he would work perfectly.
Plus, Dak's always had a really good wide receiver one.
He's never had. Well, I don't know, he had Zeke Elliott at the beginning of his career, but Zeke Elliott fell off quickly. He's never had a running back like Christian McCaffrey, or a tight end like George Kittle. Because Jason Witten was older. I love Jason Witten as much as anybody, but he was getting old when he was playing with Dak. And also,
Gosh,
Dez.
that makes me feel old. Like that Dak was still playing with Jason Witten when he first started.
Yep. All right.
Hey, look.
All right. This one. Here's the thing.
You have to keep him top 10 just because he won a Super Bowl, Seppi.
That's
And he was the reason
the
why.
only
The
reason
only reason why he's in top
that
10.
he's in the top 10.
That's I agree
if
with that.
he didn't win the Super Bowl, he would not be in the top 10.
I agree. I don't disagree with that.
Okay, so
I don't
here's the
disagree.
thing, because I think that Dak would definitely improve the Eagles right now, because their roster is so good. The only thing they wouldn't have is the tush push, but that who cares?
Dak would not be
So,
able to take the hits that Jalen Hurts takes, Seppi.
He wouldn't take those hits because he knows how to avoid those hits.
No.
So,
No.
anyway.
I'd have to disagree with
Okay,
that.
so here's the thing: Dak is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. The only reason Jalen Hurts is above him because he won the Super Bowl, and that's mostly because he's on a stacked team.
His team is not insanely stacked. His wide receivers. Hold on. Let's pause.
Devontae Smith
hold
and
on.
A.J. Brown, Dallas Goddard.
Dak Prescott,
Saquon Barkley.
Dak Prescott has CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens.
Yes, that's this year.
Which is technically a better wide receiver duo than
That's
AJ
this
Brown and
year. He
Marcus
hasn't
Smith.
had that yet.
Yes, but they better make the Super Bowl then.
Okay. Well,
Super Bowl.
I don't think they're gonna make Super Bowl this year. Only because they're also
Why? But now the roster's very similar.
Is top 5 in the league.
Your defense could be if the Cowboys weren't so incompetent.
I don't know. We'll see. But here's the thing. I'm basing it off of the teams Dak has had versus the teams that Jalen Hurts has had. Jalen Hurts has had really good teams the whole time he's been there. And not to mention, what happened in 2023? What in the world happened?
I would bet $1,000. I know I don't bet money, but I bet $1,000 that Dak would not even play even close to the performance Jalen Hurts had in the Super Bowl last year.
I completely disagree. Have you?
Of course he would. Look at what you're wearing.
Here's what it is.
Uh-huh.
Dak's first playoff game ever against the Packers. Did he play well in that game?
No, because
What?
he left time for Aaron Rodgers. That's a bad strategy.
He's insane.
Nope. You left Aaron Rodgers time and he scored. Maybe
I would say the defense is the thing that lets the Cowboys down in the playoffs more consistently than Dak Prescott. Do you agree with that? Hey.
Huh?
He would definitely be better than Aaron Rodgers on the Steelers right now. 100%.
No.
I love Aaron Rodgers, but Dak would definitely be better than Aaron Rodgers right now.
No. That feels better. Feels a lot better, actually.
We know what it actually is.
I grew up watching Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, so...
The Hail Marys.
Okay, hold
best
on.
Clips to ever
Okay,
watch.
so... Since I had to change so much, I have to give your list a C.
Wow.
I literally changed everything.
So
except for the top 2. The top 2 can stay.
See, there's 2 different kinds of Cowboys fans. There are the actual Cowboys fans, then there's the Dak Prescott fans.
I'd rather...
Which one do you think he is? Put it down in the comments who you think he is.
Alright, well... That's our top 10.
We've said a lot of put down comments, by the way. So you might end up having to make this whole checklist of all these things that we said.
And by the way, I will be down in the comments to go back and forth with you if you really want to do that.
Oh boy. Yeah, you have fun with that.
All right, but anyway, let us know what you think down in the comments below. Did you agree, mostly agree, or do you just think we're being complete idiots? Let us know. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Be sure to follow us on all socials listed below. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Giuseppe.
I'm Antonios.
And this has been Dynamite Duo Sports.
By the way, the reason why I messed up, because he's a Dak Prescott fan, and he's, just to clarify for everyone else, Dak is not top 10.
We'll see.
Mm.